Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everyone is having a good day. Looks like a beautiful September morning here. Got hot air balloons in the sky and our wonderful dead tomatoes. I did not realize that I put the water trigger so close to the street. That's cool. Anywho, we got a lot to do today. We have to get rid of the stones on field 40. Plant some barley. Yes, plant some barley. And get some grass going in that field probably. Be a good place to start, but first I think what's going to be good is to get the highest horsepower tractor that we own, which would be the Valtra, to go pick up a stone picker. That way we can get that field picked over there and be good to go. Almost turned the wrong way. Alright, so I'm going to go get that. I'm going to lease it because I don't know if we can necessarily afford to buy it outright. It's expensive. I'm going to be leasing the largest one because, frankly, that's a job better done as quickly as possible than putzing around and doing it. So we'll lease that, then we will buy a water tanker, and we will supply water to our greenhouse. It's going to be important because that's going to be a nice steady stream of income for us early on. And just for funsies here, let's use this. Alright, stone pickers, go ahead and lease this. Base cost $1,040, $520 per day. Let's go ahead and get that. And attach it. And drive back to the farm and pick up one of the other tractors to get the water and come back with it. Now it does seem like they've improved the water fill rate from what it was before, the placeable water fill point that's on the farm. 7,300 liters of water go in there and costs $730, so it's not too terrible to add a little bit of extra challenge to it. I know there are people that go and grab their water from one of the rivers or lakes or whatever the case may be, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy it from that water fill point. That way we can get the water going quicker and we don't have all that driving to get water from another source here. So let's go ahead and get this guy started. This is going to take a while, so let's let him get to it. And I think it'll be good to grab this guy to do the water trailer. New mod edition. I don't think I had this in the previous video, but realistic cab view. You press shift, left shift, and you will lean a certain direction. So it's really nice to have, especially if you're trying to do some stuff in cab. Allows you that extra flexibility of being able to see what you're doing for the most part. Not perfect, but definitely better than not being able to do it. So, alright, so drive the stair up there. We're gonna go get that water tanker, fill up the water by the tomatoes. And after that, I might just follow behind the stone picker to seed the field as it is picking the stones up. So let's see how all this pans out. And I gotta remember where the water things are. I think here. They added these in the first patch. And I believe that the greenhouse holds 21,000 liters. So I think I'm just going to go bite the bullet and buy this one. It's going to be well worth it. Slowly running dry on our starting nest egg of $100,000, but I think that's going to turn around for us pretty quickly. Alright, back to the farm. It's a really nice tractor. I like the inside of this one. Feels really roomy. All that space up there in the front. Looks like he's on pass 3 there. So by the time I fill up the water in the greenhouse and follow behind him, I'll have a good amount of leeway that I can work around. So let's start filling this guy up. I want to make sure I have this set to... I'm being charged $2. Ugh, no. With nothing in there, but it's just $2 per month, so not bad. Everything's set to storing, so good there. I may have lied with the increased fill rate. Still takes a while. But still a lot better than me driving to the nearest place that I can pull water from on the map. I think it's like over here or something. I don't really know, but this shouldn't take too long to get it done. And it drains water so much quicker than it actually fills it. And round 2, swing it wide, and go. And I've heard that they've added stones to the view. Ah, they did, okay. I guess I'm not seeing it in my other save because I don't have stones turned on. Making pretty good progress. I'd say that's about a quarter of the field, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, good stuff. Turn all that back on. And it's still filling. That's cool. There we go. Deer in the road. While I do love that Giants added them, I think these guys go in places that they just would not normally go. They're everywhere. Normally you'd see these guys just hanging out somewhere in a wooded area, not bothering with anybody, but they are straight up in the street. And while it's filling this one, I want to kind of see about animals. Everything except for chickens is pretty expensive. Now, pigs are more affordable than cows and horses. These guys, 55,000 for the small, 75,000 for cows. More affordable, but I think it's just all the stuff you need to feed them is just out of this world. 26,000 for 15 sheep, and they don't produce wool very quickly, and you can't sell wool for very much. Later on, when we try to get some clothing going, it might be better, but not right now. 6,000 for this chicken coop here. I might be able to save some of that room. And just put the chicken coops here. Or I can put it here. I think I'll end up selling it eventually and getting a bigger coop, which I'll put here, but I think kind of in the meantime that maybe putting it here would be a good idea. We'll put a pin in that. I don't know. And while in that menu, I did remember that I do need to weed that field number 41. Yep, field number 41 needs to be weeded. So we need to get that done for sure. And we've got to be close to filling this thing up. Yeah. There we go. Quarter of a tank left here. I'm going to park this guy behind the greenhouse. Yep, it's not on the trigger, so good there. Let's see. Did I look at this yet? No. Nothing really good here. This only has 79 horsepower on the low end. Don't need it just yet. But we do need a weeder. And these guys are not very expensive. 9 meters versus 6 for almost twice the price, but this one can also plant. I'm really digging this one because it can plant canola at a 9-meter width. Versus the cedar at a 3-meter width at 7 miles per hour versus what? Same, so 3 times the width, same speed, doesn't hold as many seeds, but canola doesn't use a whole lot of seed, so it's very tempting. I'm gonna do it. I've got the 9500 one or 8500 one, however much it costs on my other file. I want to try this one. This one's gonna be good, like for planting canola. We'll see how big of a field we can get with that 300 capacity. But yeah, I can dig it. How much was that other one? 9500? Yeah, man, let's go. So let's go pick that up. I'm actually going to be lazy and do this. Set him off on his merry way. I'm going to drop this off and swivel around here, grab the cedar. Ooh. That is canola, isn't it? Oh, wrong way. Yep, that is canola. Pretty sure barley's gonna take a fair amount of seed. So I'm gonna go fill this guy up. also curious to see whether this has a front loader attachment. I'm going to need it for one of my tractors. And I think this one's going to be it, because I think this one, it's not my highest horsepower, but it's pretty heavy. When I get to the store, I'm going to check and see how much this one weighs versus the Valtra. Extra weight behind the front loader is going to be useful for when picking up pallets and stuff like that. Eventually, I'm going to want to get a skid steer. So let's check that out. This one is 6.7 tons versus 5. Oh, so this one's heavier. So this is a great candidate for putting in a front loader. I don't need to do it right now, but eventually. Eventually, yes. So big bags or pallets. Seeds, 900 for 1,000. 800 for 1,000. Better deal here. Gonna buy that. And I'm gonna fill this guy up. And I'm going to get in this guy and fill that other one. The only thing I'm nervous about is if you put seeds in it, will it automatically just sow the field? That is something that I am very curious about. Let's check the help here. I don't rightly know. Sorry about that little cough there. Yeah, I don't know if you turn it on, if it will. Oh, you know what? I think if you just lower it without turning it on, it'll grab the weeds. But if you turn it on, it will seed. Very curious to see how a helper is going to function with this though. So I'm going to drive it over to the field. Far into the field because that's the longer bit. Start a worker on it to see if it's smart enough to realize that the field it's on already has a crop planted. Didn't turn it on. Excellent. Alright. That's awesome. Cool. So, that's good. I don't know how many seeds are left in that big bag, but I will have to grab that later. Really need to find a nice small trailer. I think the only one that's affordable and doable right now is going to be the one that's basically used to transport vehicles, but I'll have to check that out. Is he almost done? Is he turning around? What's he doing? He's done. Cool. I'm going to pop over to him and get him started on this field here. Off you go. It's a pretty sweet looking tractor. I like this one. Pneumatic Star. Nice. Alright, so we've got barley selected. Pop this thing on, lower it down, and let's get started. I'm gonna get this seated. I will see you guys in a few. Well, this is a very tough job for this tractor. I'm wondering if the Voltra having an extra 20 horsepower will make going up that hill toward the end any easier. You should be getting close to finishing the stone picking, so if I'm not done with this by the time that happens, I think I might switch to the Voltra, because this is a job with this Massey. You start getting toward the lip of that hill there, and it's just struggling to finish it. Oh, and a save. Yeah, he's got a fair amount left to do on that field. Yeah, honestly think that hitting that tree is a great idea. I also think that I'm going to finish this field before he finishes stone picking, so yeah. Definitely know for future reference that if I'm going to seed this hill, or seed this field right here, I need to do it with the Valtra. Now, while seeding though, I was thinking about what to do with that field over there. I know in the last episode I talked about putting some animal pens on it, and here we go. 3-4 miles an hour, chugging along. Struggling. But I'm thinking about maybe doing half of that field as grass, and the other half, I don't know, like something else. A spring crop, maybe do soybeans on the other half of it. But right now, I mean, I can still plant grass. I might even get a cut on it before winter, potentially. I just put it in the silage bunker. But using that bunker, it's going to open up the need for a lot of other equipment. Silage is bulky, so I'll need a larger trailer. I'm going to need to get a bucket or a silage fork. It's going to take a while to empty that silo. So, I mean, it's, at the end of the day, it's probably no more time consuming than baling the grass and wrapping the grass. And at this point, since the bunker is already on my property, yeah, it might just be something that I can do, since it's already there and I don't have to pay for a bale wrapper and all that kind of stuff. Just some thoughts. But I'm wondering how much grass I'll get off of that to put into the silage bunker. Be another thing to check out. Or, when can I plant corn? April? I could wait until April, plant corn in that field, and rent a forage harvester. Chop that stuff up into chaff, put it in there. But then I'm going to need to plow it. All of these different things to consider. But I think the plan, though, is to do some form of rotation where I do, on one field, one year I'll do a winter crop, do something you plant in the late summer, early fall, and then the next year on that field, do something you plant in spring. Just to keep things fresh and rolling. I don't know, whatever you guys want to see, whatever you guys think we should do, put it in the comments. Definitely will take that into account here, because probably going to be skipping a lot of days here shortly, given the fact that we're entering the months where there's not a whole lot to do. Another thing that I thought of is I definitely need to buy a fertilizer. Not one on sale. This one's $25,000, and frankly I think it's going to pay for itself really quickly with the fact that I'll be able to do fertilizing contracts when spring rolls around. That's going to bring me down to $20,000 in the bank. So definitely something to think about for sure. Gonna have next to no money here. But then again, I've got that greenhouse growing the tomatoes, and generally greenhouse produce sells really well in December to February, give or take. So when there's really nothing else for me to do, we've got that going for us. Don't quite know what I want to do in terms of loans for this series. I don't know if I want to pay for everything in cash or if we want to do something with loans. Might be good to take out a loan to buy a new piece of equipment to upgrade something and not be able to take out another loan until I pay it off. Take out a loan to get another field, and until it's paid off, no other loans can be taken, stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes, see how progress comes. Hopefully I did this just right and I just have to pass over it one last time here. And of course the stone picker finishes on my final pass of the seeding process here. Just wonderful. Pretty sure I'm hitting all of this. It's hard to tell because the seeding texture is kind of the same as the cultivated texture. The only thing I've got going here is the weeds allow me to kind of see where I have and haven't bitten for the most part. Alright. That field is seeded. Seeded. Done. Barley planted, ready to go. Yeah, I think that is what I'm gonna do. I think that would be a really good thing to experiment with. I have not done it yet on FS22. I want to see what it's all about. So let's take a look. Forage harvesters. $19,405 to lease it. And the header, I imagine, is just how much do I want to pay for how wide. This smallest one here is 3,000, so that's like 22-ish thousand dollars in total. These are the same width. No, never mind. This one's 1.5 meters larger. I was looking at the speed. This one is 4,000. Another 1.5 meters larger for another 1,000. So if I get this one, in total it's going to cost 24,000. And I don't remember what I set the economy to. Normal. So that would mean silage at max is probably going to get around 400, give or take. So I don't know what that would have to be for me to make money. So 25,000 divided by 400. Let's do 370 because I haven't been able to get 400. It's very rare. I'll have to get 67,000 liters of silage in there just to break even. And I've never done corn silage on 19 or 22, so I don't know how that goes. So if if y'all think that's a good idea, if you think we can make our money back, let me know. Definitely would be down to try that out. Be a nice little experiment. For this first in-game year, have the money come from arable farming and from that greenhouse there, which hasn't produced a pellet yet, but that's cool because it's only been a few in-game hours since I put that in there. But yeah, that'll basically do it for this episode, I think. I think what I might do is figure out where the debris crusher is and see if that's even worth making the trip. Might as well. But I will hire a worker to do that, potentially. Let's see. Set destination. Bop. Alright, send him along the way there. Just get everything tidied up here. Oh, by the way, I lied when I said I was going to end the episode there. Lies. Deceit. I promise I won't lie to you anymore. I promise. Yeah, so yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think doing a corn silage harvest would be pretty freaking fantastic. In hindsight now, kind of wishing I would have bought this weeder and planted canola using that instead of planting far into the night. That would have been wonderful. But let's go to the store. Let's buy the fertilizer spreader. Put some narrow tires on the steer because I think this guy is going to be my my fertilizing and weeding tractor here. It seemed like it pulled that weeder without any difficulty whatsoever. How many horsepower does this have? Is this my small one? 135. Don't hit a tree. Distracted driving's no joke. Don't do it. Yeah, kind of forgot why I came here for a second, but then I remembered. Cool. So let's go ahead and put some... Might as well. Why not? No, don't click that button. Dummy. Customize. Alright. Narrow tires. Those actually look narrow. I wonder if they fixed that in the patch, because the narrow tires didn't look narrow before. But maybe it's just the Trelleborg on the steer tractor that looked like that, so pay $1,000, start it on up again. Let's go ahead and buy the spreader and big bag. Let's do 3 of these bad boys. And we very quickly went from having a fair amount of money at the start of the episode to being broke as a joke. So, welcome to the life of being broke. Come on. Why are you turning that way? Come on now. Pull it. Debris crushers around the side of the building here. I don't know if there's a proper way for me to get there or not. The seedy underbelly of the French map. Doing shady stuff in the back of, I think this is the garden shop. Alright. We were poor, but now we're rich, guys. $182 from those stones. Heck yeah, man. Alright, I'm gonna be lazy again. No, I don't have to actually return it to the store, but I will. Cool. All good in the hood here. We have almost a full hopper of fertilizer, which, frankly, it's ridiculous how good this spreader is. 42 meters is just fantastic. I think it's the widest of the solid fertilizer spreaders. The only thing it doesn't have going for it that the others do is the fact that it just only holds 3,200 liters of fertilizer, so that's definitely a drawback, but frankly, I mean, pretty sure I can get this whole field in 2 passes. So let's see how much this uses. Oh, drat. I missed a spot. Oh, that's just my tire tracks. Yeah, that spot is gonna break us. The income we would have gotten from that that little bit of barley. I can't believe I missed that spot. Farm is ruined. Those crows just took a full face full of fertilizer. I wonder if they enjoyed it. Probably. Crows were weird. Very smart too. Crows were very intelligent birds. Alright, let's see. This one's going to be a little bit harder because I won't be able to see where I have and haven't been. Which, frankly, let's just hire a worker and go back to the Valtra. It's a freaking sweet tractor. I like it. Alright. That's a weird word. Wonder what it means. Let's see. Let's go ahead and return that. Cool beans. Really kind of worried though that I'm not going to have enough money to buy some form of trailer. These are all tipping trailers. Bale loaders? We got that for 19.5. And then we've got this for 8,000. That for 12,000. I haven't done anything with that yet. I don't know how much it would hold as compared to this in terms of those pallets. Tempted to try it. And then we got that for 29.5. Gonna wait on that. And then this one goes all the way to the ground, but this is more for transporting vehicles, these are. So, don't know. I might have to do some contract work to afford the $8,000 one, or I might buy the $12,000 one just to try it out, you know? I haven't bought it before. Looks pretty cool. Looks like it's refrigerated, so, you know, like tomatoes and eggs and all that good stuff can be transported to the sell points while staying good, you know? All that is excellent. But I'm just going to tidy up the farmyard here, get this vulture parked up, and get the stair parked as well. I think I'm going to call it quits here for real this time. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and come join me for the next one next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.